speaker, Arlinda Smith, is one of the most seasoned members of our club. And I'm looking forward to hearing her speech. New members are important to the success of our Toastmaster Club. New members mean better meeting programs, new ideas, a larger pool of potential leaders, and more fun. More funds for the club. In today's presentation, we are going to learn how each of us can help our club find new members. This presentation is part of Toastmasters International's The Successful Club Series. The Successful Club Series is a set of programs addressing how to plan and conduct quality meetings and have a successful club. Today's presentation will be given by Arlinda Smith. Arlinda has been an active member of our club for 8 years. She has held every office, has her Advanced Leadership Silver and her Advanced Communicator Bronze. Please join me in welcoming Arlinda Smith, who will help us in our efforts to keep our membership strong by speaking on the subject of finding new members for our club. Arlinda Smith, finding new members.
Thank you, Keegan. That's the end. That's the end.
Well, you're the one in control.
Well, but I have to start at the beginning.
Well, then move it. You have the control. Move it, move it, move it. Move it, move it, move it.
I'm trying to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it forgives me here. For some reason it's backwards and I don't know why. Ta-da!
Yay!
Thank you, great speech, well done.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. We live in a mobile, changing society today. People come in and out of our Toastmaster clubs. Most of us don't stay forever, although there is a small core of people that do. We leave for family, business, and personal reasons. We move from state to state, region to region. What it means to us, though, as Toastmasters, is members leave our club. Now, John just left. He moved to LA for business reasons. We had my leave for business reasons, and now she plans to come back. So that's wonderful. We just keep going in and out, in and out. But today I want to explain in detail why our bringing in new members is important to each and every one of us today. Now, let's share the benefits we have gained for ourselves with others. And that was Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, who started Toastmasters. We are looking at about 40%, or 8 members out of 20 that leave our Toastmaster Club a year. And that's just naturally. So we have to be very active in trying to replace those 8. Clubs required to charter with Toastmasters International at 20 members. Now you might say, why 20? That's a minimum of 20. Some clubs are even better. It's because, well, we don't want people to feel like they're burned out or overwhelmed because they have to do so many roles in a club meeting. We don't want them to feel that way. Now there are other reasons why we should strive to bring in our new members. Number one, we can talk to friends and relatives and co-workers. Who else could we talk to? Anyone from the audience have an idea who else we could talk to?
Post office people, store people,
Absolutely.
grocery people,
Whenever
everyone you meet.
Whenever we stand in a line, and we're always standing in lines, we could talk to people about Toastmasters, couldn't we? When we go to a mixer, we can talk about Toastmasters. When we go to a party, we can talk about Toastmasters. When we go to anything that's similar to that, let's talk Toastmasters up. We can wear a Toastmaster membership pin every day. When you're oriented into our club, as Keegan was today, we usually give you a pin. And if you wear that every day, then people around you can see that and say, hey, Keegan, that's a great pin. What's that all about? That gives you an automatic in to say, why, that's my Toastmaster club. We do this and that, and please come to a meeting. Always invite people to a meeting, no matter where you are and who you talk to. You can display the Toastmaster magazine. Here's a copy of the magazine, and every member should get one of these every month. Now, what some of us did last month is we took the magazine along with a couple of the brochures, and what we did is we took them to different doctor's offices, different businesses where there were a lot of people that came into the room, into the area, and they could see this. Now, every time that Ken and I went to the hospital rooms, these magazines and material were gone. So somebody is looking at the material. So what did we do? We replaced it. Now, we haven't had anybody coming in and saying, hey, I saw your material at Kaiser or John Muir. But who knows, maybe 2 years from now, we'll ask them, how did you hear about Toastmasters? Oh, I was at Kaiser and I saw the material laying on the table. So you can take this material and you can place it anywhere, on your coffee table, anywhere that you go where you know that there is a table and people are looking at reading material while they wait. Make sure you take a magazine or a brochure. You can have cards made by going to Toastmasters.org. All you need to do is provide the card stock. Or you can order your own cards if you'd rather do it that way. That helps. And a flyer. Here is a Toastmaster flyer. Now, our club has quite often taken these flyers out. Ken and I put one in our gym. You can put them into the coffee shops, anywhere where there is a bulletin board. I have even taken flyers to businesses, and they say, I don't have a bulletin board, but I'll put it in the back where the employees have their breaks. And here they have one of these Toastmasters. Or they have a Toastmaster magazine or a brochure, whatever you can do. You can conduct a speech craft. Who's ever been part of a speech craft? Anyone? Have you, Pam? Ken has been part of a speech craft?
Yeah, me too.
It's about a 6 to 8 week meeting, and it's like a Toastmaster meeting, just like what we have here, set up the same way. And the people that come in from the outside to learn about Toastmasters can actually give around 4 speeches each. And this is in hopes that maybe since they have 4, they'll join our club and go on for the rest of the 6, right? And be a good Toastmaster member. So that's a possibility. Kim was mentioning today that we often have them on Tuesdays because we're a Tuesday morning club. But he's thinking maybe it would be a good idea if we had it another time in another place. Maybe we draw more people. We can talk about that. You can create an account on a social network website. Social network website. And I know that many of us have those, probably multiple sites that we could post on or talk to our friends about, tweet to, go on Facebook, whatever else you're into. Can anyone else think? I'm open for ideas. Anyone else have any more ideas to what we can do to talk to people and bring them into our meetings? I know that in our meeting that we have with the officers, Gary and some of the others were mentioning we need to have tables set up tables someplace. And we could be there, a couple of us could be on the table talking Toastmasters. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Yes, Ken?
Stealing an idea from another group I'm aware of, we could all wear our Toastmaster pins upside down. It's an attention getter. People notice that and say that's upside down. And then it's a conversation opener to talk about Toastmasters.
You know, along that same line, when we used to have a store, Toastmaster store, they used to sell quite a few different things that had the word Toastmaster written on it, right? So if you wanted to, you could buy something from Toastmasters and wear it. And then someone's going to say, well, what the heck is Toastmasters? And then you could tell them. It's a wonderful organization. Yes, Pam?
We have it on our license plate, and every once in a while, it's a license plate holder, and every once in a while somebody will ask me about it, and it's a nice way to talk about it.
That's right. Anyone else have any ideas? A baseball cap would be nice. If we had a baseball cap or a T-shirt. Anyone else have any other ideas for us?
Actually, Toastmasters just did come out with new red T-shirts that have Toastmaster logo on the front and then where leaders are made in many different languages on the back.
As soon as I find another job and have the money, I'm going to order a couple of those. One for me and one for Ken. And that way when we go on our hikes and our walks, there we are, strutting Toastmasters, right? All right, but there's something else we have to do too. Not only do we bring people into the meetings, but we treat our guests properly when we're here. Now everybody knows that it's not just the job of the Vice President of Public Relations to bring people in, and it's not just the job of the Vice President of Membership to sign them up, but it is every one of us who should be doing those things, because every one of us reap the benefits, correct? And that's correct. So as soon as our guests walk through that door, what do? We greet the guest. We greet the guest. And just because one of us is greeting the guest, more of us can go up there and greet the guest too. We sit with the guest during the meeting. What I like to do is meet the guest at the door, and if I see someone sitting down, I'll bring the guest over to sit next to them in case they have any questions. Speak with the guest after the meeting. So when you're mulling around after the meeting, go over to the guest. Hi, how did you enjoy our meeting? Introduce yourself. Tell them what you have gotten out of Toastmasters. Invite the guests to join members for any after-meeting socialization. The same thing, if after the meeting you guys want to socialize a little bit, have a snack that's on the table, please include your guest and introduce them to Conda, Vice President of Membership. Ask the Well, that starts when we're right up here, doesn't it? And we ask the guest at the end of the meeting, Keegan, how did you enjoy our meeting today? Would you like to say a few comments? And then we ask Keegan to join us again. But all that aside, after the meeting, people who are talking to our guests, invite them to come again. And in conclusion, always keep the club's membership efforts personal, helpful, and friendly. By promoting our club, by bringing in people to the meetings, we have 1 out of every 3 guests will sign up for Toastmasters. So just keep those people coming in, and your efforts will enable the club to provide positive, enjoyable, and a supportive environment so that we can learn more. Homer once said, "A guest never forgets the host who has treated him kindly." So let's be good to our guests, good to our members, and bring in more members.